Hi, this is Terry Teal from MarcomCentral, and I'm going to demonstrate to you some of the web-to-print capabilities of the MarcomCentral application. First, I'll get logged into our demo site called Jensen Financial. And this is just a fictitious financial site. It gives you some examples of what some branding could look like. And just imagine the header, any component of this system that could be brandable to your specifications. Just wanted to point out some of the functionality here where you can search through a catalog through a hover over. You can go straight to a catalog and browse some of the categories that you've built. These are all custom to your liking. And we have a search catalog engine that can allow you to type. So as you type, the advanced search capability would go find it. If it were a business card, a SKU, anything that you might be needing to look for. So if we were looking for something like a business card, we'll just start off with a simple application. You've built a template that lives in MarcomCentral now, and you've got the flexibility to set open fields to type as you need to. You can make certain fields mandatory. You can lock down certain fields like so. You can format phone numbers so that they will be forced into the format look and feel that you are looking for. So we'll just get a quick proof and see what this looks like. And we also can get an expanded view of that job. So if this were a two-sided postcard, we'd see both sides. If it were a 20-page document, we'd be able to see all 20 pages. So some other things, as far as logic, where if you didn't have an address to, then we have rules in the template that would automatically suppress that empty space. And even if we didn't have the hyphen in the phone number as an example, and we asked for a proof, we would still see that format that the designer had established with the asterisk in between the different delineators, and then you see the suppressed area in that business card. So once we've proofed it, we're ready to go. We choose a quantity that we want, we submit it to the cart, and then the shopping cart in the MarcomCentral application now can hold multiple items, and you can go check out, or you can continue to shop around for other assets that you might be looking for. While we're here in this area, you can see that the catalog can be viewed in a grid or vertical type fashion. You can set defaults to how you want it to look and appear to those people that are going to be using the system. And since we're here, let's start off in the brochure category. I like to show how a brochure, a piece of signage, whatever it might be, how many options the system could live in. So as an example, a brochure could live as an inventory item, so it's been offset printed or manufactured and sits on the shelf. So we see lots of printed inventory items as well as promotional goods like tchotchke type items, cups, mugs, pens, t-shirts, things like that. You can see the quantity available on hand. You can set minimum, maximum quantities. We can order 5. And utilizing our quick cart feature, that product automatically gets added to the cart, and now we can see that there are 2 items in the cart already. The next item would be something that's just straight print on demand. Also notice some hover overs on these certain products that I can also order this product on demand and would be produced digitally. In this example, we've set a minimum quantity of 100, add that to the cart, and again, This quick cart feature makes it very easy to go down the list and order items without having to go back and forth between the application and the shopping cart. And we also do a lot of custom templating. A custom template, basically, you've set the design, you've set up areas in that design where you want the end user, maybe at a department level, to be able to customize a headline, graphics, change some text. It really depends on what your goal is, but really there's no limitation as to what you can make editable and what you can actually restrict. So in this example, we have 3 different versions. This could represent, a version based on state, based on product line, based on department, you name it. So, let's show you as an example where if I choose banking, that would load up a gallery of images that you've designated as banking, and it would give you a headline for banking. If I chose investing, then it could change up the makeup of those images, which could be completely different, or you could reuse others. The headline then changes to we're adding sound investment, and then you can type on your own. Here are some things I've already typed in my browser as remembered it. You can type in an open text editor and start investing for your children's college plan today. And then you could highlight, bold, italicize, save that out, get approved. So once that's been proofed out, that looks good. There's a couple things that you could do. You have the ability to save the contents. If I wanted to save this as a test, then we could save that out, and then we can also retrieve other saves that I've created in the past. I won't create one today. Another feature is that you could allow for someone to upload their own image. It really depends on your goals of branding for this particular product. You can also put an approval on this product when you allow someone to upload, so you can have an approver approve content just to make sure it's appropriate. So going into my image list here, that maybe we grab a sailboat like this, and we can upload it, and as long as it meets the DPI requirements that you've set up, then it would be eligible. You can move the frame around, you can zoom in and apply the change, save that out, and then see a live proof. There's no limit to the amount of variable images or text that you could have set up for this particular template, and then we can submit to the cart. Now, in addition to printing it, MarcomCentral does allow out of the box the ability to have someone retrieve a digital file out of the changes that you've made, and that promotes a lot of flexibility in distribution. It's really up to you as to what you would want to make available, but the technology is there, so you could allow for a JPEG or a PNG to be downloaded or emailed directly out of the MarcomCentral system. But if we were leaving this strictly as Web2Print, then we would add that product to the cart, and then we would just at this point could check out. We can make some changes, change some quantities before we check out, but just to make things brief, to give you some sense of what is possible, we'll just make it short there. You can do global. You can apply global Shipping methods like standard, rush, 2 days. You can allow for instructions. This cart process here can be very streamlined, or you can allow people to have access to make these kinds of inputs. So if I wanted everybody, all these products to be billed to the accounting department, you could do that globally, and as well as be able to go item by item. So we apply it for sales and marketing, and then we continue. And you see the makings of the job ticket, where it's shipped to, and read your acknowledgement conditions and complete the order. So once the order has been completed, notifications go out to all the people that would be involved in this communication, whether the job is needing approval, then an approver notification would have gone out, and then there would be some back and forth between the approver and the person placing the order. So I think you kind of get that idea. So let's go back to the top here and explain some of the branding. So you have some flexibility in the system to where you can put up little scrolling messaging. There can be shortcuts to certain categories that can be built. Any of the strings in the system can all be modified to your liking. Some customers like to put up some communication, since this is, can be treated as kind of a one-stop shop marketing resource center. You can put up a really nice help menu designed in HTML. There's reporting in the system. So in the reporting section, and there are charts and graphs here, we can see who are the top users, what are the top assets being used, and it provides a lot of good feedback to those utilizing the system, or the management that wants to see how the system is being utilized, and be able to make decisions moving forward. You also can get access to all of the data. So we've got some templated reports, a total order summary support, where you can uncheck certain things, move things around, save it out, and then retrieve your saved reports here. Other things in the catalog that might be interesting to you could be that you can retrieve digital assets. We have options for outbound email through the system. There are some there's standard variable data available in MarcomCentral, where you can build postcards that can either be versioned or they can be completely variable data. In this case, we're allowing the user to upload a data file. They could use data that they've used previously. There are some purchasing, some list acquisition services available as well in the MarcomCentral system. But in this example, you can see that we've uploaded a CSV file. We're giving the user the ability to map the data, just to make sure that the data fields match up with what the schema should be built into the template. And then we can also allow them to modify some static information. Again, this is completely up to you on what you would want to build into a custom postcard like that. Get a proof. In this job, we're proofing a fairly complex job where you've got 3 different versions. We have a technology called Expression, which is this image personalization effect with your name in the cloud. And then it grabbed the banking version. Aislinn was the first record. Aislinn with Jensen Bank. The sky is the limit. There's a second version with the expression with post-it notes. Michael called Jim Smith at Jensen Bank regarding your loan. And this gives the ability for the user to test out, make sure all the copy fitting is working right if there's any issues there. And they can see pricing that you've established and then submit to the cart and place the order. So at this point, I've shown you some basic things, showing you a business card with some customization, inventory ordering, static print on demand, variable data. And then there's one more thing which has to do with ad hoc jobs. We've implemented a new system to accommodate ad hoc jobs, and essentially that if you've got clients who want to send print-ready, press-ready files to you, or if they want to be able to build a book and put in exception pages and binding, we've got a new system to be able to accommodate that. So we call this Job Direct. So, for example, we're going to add a front cover page, and you'll start seeing the job building here in the screen. And then we can just continue to add some more files. So let's add, here's a training agenda document. And then here's a contract that is in Word. It will be converted on the fly to PDF automatically. And maybe we've got a study over here. It's about 35 pages. And notice it's building the price on the fly as we're adding our products. And then you'll just add your quantities of how many sets of this, and that will adjust the pricing as you need. And then what we can do is we can view this now in a grid. Let's add a back cover to kind of complete this. And then in our print options, we can set up, and double-sided as an example. Or if I wanted to print this out in black and white, I want, I want to avoid color click charges versus black and white click charges. You've got some options with that as well. You can choose different sizes. You can add different finishing like stapling, like a corner staple. You can see a visual of the staple being placed on the page. Since this is a fairly long document and really kind of meant for a book, let's add some binding. So visually we'd be able to add coil bound, or we could add some comb bind or a twin loop. There are other options, such as if you wanted to add coating, if you wanted to add a different kind of a cover, like a clear vinyl, card stocks. And then let's go back to the front here where we've got our cover. And since this is going to be two-sided, that maybe we now want to add a blank sheet after page 1. So we'll put in insert a blank sheet after page 1. So when it's duplex, then this becomes the beginning. And so let's show you something new with the tabs option. So you could create a 5-bank tab. And I now want to add a new tab, and we'll call this section 1, administration. And I want to insert this after page 2. And then you can see the tab and section 1 administration right here. So this is something new and due to release here, and we're getting a lot of great feedback from this system, and we'll start seeing some more exception page capabilities. And if we added some quantities, you'd see the pricing changing. and then we could add this product to the carts, and that would go into the shopping cart system. So I'm going to leave the ad hoc there for now, and when we go, once the order has been placed, the print shop people would then have access to retrieving this file. In the admin tools here, the orange area is where you would manage and set up your site, manage products and users and things like that. But the blue area here is the distribution, and this is where we would see our orders. So we should see the order that we just placed right here. We can view orders as the order in its entirety, or we can see it by line item. And for example, if I wanted to see that business card here, that I could process that business card, or I could batch it with other business cards that I've ordered before or that I've seen come in before. And I just want to demonstrate really quickly the job ticketing functionality, where if it were turned on, that we'd be able to see the job ticket coming into the shop with links to the file and instructions for the job ticket. So we should be able to see that job ticket coming into my inbox here shortly. Meanwhile, okay, there it is right here. And so here's the job ticket, bill to, ship to, some descriptions, and then here we have the access to the one-up file and for the imposition file. So that'd be all ready to go. Now, if you were integrated into some other MIS system like Avanti, Presswise, Pace, Hagen, Vericore, number of MIS systems that MarcomCentral ties into, all of these functions in terms of job ticket, shipping invoice, settlement, packing slip is all automated. So we do have the system for those who don't have that integrated and want to be able to come in and process these as these jobs come in. So that kind of gives you a good overview of the web-facing application of MarcomCentral, configuring jobs or configuring your site and receiving jobs that are coming into your shop. So if you'd like to learn more about MarcomCentral, give me a call at 858-847-6611. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.